When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone. Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock for... That would make sense why he didn't curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4 foot with hack.
Really good spots for Miller.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the right guards back. Oh, baby.
Yeah, and it's dead nose and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does.
Okay, so it might, yep. Close to dead nose.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for Line ever.
No, they like Line. Now does it have the speed? They like the Line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for Line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Highly recommended. If you haven't got a ticket yet, they're available at the Rock Shop. I'm not BSing here. It's the best part of the week. If you haven't been, take it in. Trust me, it's a lot of fun. The belt, the championship belt, has been to Sweden. It's been to the U.S. It's been to Italy. What else has been? That's it. We're going to try to get back in Canada. That's right. All right, Toronto, we're about 20 seconds till we go to air. So let's pump this up. It's Saturday night in Toronto. Let's hear you. 1, 2, 3. Try to get down. Come on. 1, 2, 3.
Come get your nuts in order, 'cause we're bound to need
Team Jacob. And over on sheet B, first up, throwing the Red Rocks with a record this week of 4-1. Curling in Geneva, Switzerland, Team Schwaller. And throwing the Yellow Rocks with a record this week of 4-2 from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Team Dunstone. And on sheet C, first up, throwing the Red Rocks with a record this week of 5-1, curling in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, Team Holden. And throwing the Yellow Rocks with a record this week of 4-1 from Gangneung, Korea, Team Kim. And on sheet D, first up, throwing the Red Rocks with a record this week of 5-1, curling in Sundbyberg, Sweden, Team Hasselberg. And throwing the Yellow Rocks with a record this week of 4-1 from Aarau, Switzerland, Team Tirinzone. Showtime! Canceling in momentarily. Good luck to all, and good curling.
Yeah.
Might be a sooner rather than later would be my guess.
Yeah.
Why not? They want lots
Yeah,
of
no, I
content. Game of their teams if they don't want, like any other major sport, right?
Yeah. And also, it's not as fun to watch the curling without the commentary.
No, for sure.
It doesn't sound as good.
Junior banana, they're having babies already, and these bananas grow quick. It looks like it's about 12 or 13 already.
Wait.
What's up? I don't hear anybody in our ear.
No?
Until it comes on there, I don't think we're on. So we got time to chillax and watch the openings of the other games.
Perfect.
Who would you pick to win the 4 games, Bells?
I picked Mowat.
Yep.
I picked Dunstone only because he had played really well.
They played really good. Mike didn't put any pressure on him, but they did play really well.
I don't know, but they all played pretty well, I thought.
Yep.
And then I chose Kim.
Yeah, Holman looked very beat. They should have lost.
Yeah, and then I picked
lost.
Hasselborg.
I think Hasselborg's going to win too. I don't know why.
Me too.
I think we got the game they're starting with
on
Sportsnet. Or they're holding Hasselborg, Tirinzone, and Schwaller Dunstone. So they stagger the starts a bit so that there's more action to cover on Sportsnet.
So it's Pablo, Sven, Yannick,
Benoit. Yeah. Ben Hebert used to call him Benoit. That's how it's spelled. His nickname is Mr. T. Why would they call
because
him Mr. T?
he likes to draw to the.
Even though on TSN
they
said that he
the
really
boy
wants to throw it hard all the time. It's like the dude's name is Mr. T from T-line draw weight. But other than that, you're right on the money.
He's really good at throwing it hard.
He is. He's worked hard at that. Like he used to throw probably like 7.5 second peels, and he worked hard at it. And now he can throw it as hard as anybody.
Yeah.
And accurately. All right. Look at that. It's a family affair. I don't know if we're on yet, but.
I don't know. But now it's on the screen, so we're making progress.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Grandma Jane's excited.
Okay. They're showing the teams.
Maybe we're on. Maybe I'll pretend like we're on. So this is Team Schwaller. Pablo Bouchat leads. Sven Mikkel second. Benoit Schwartz throws fourth and sweeps. And then Yannick Schwaller make up Team Schwaller. He calls the game and throws third. Hot off a silver medal performance at the World Men's Curling Championship and been rocketing, just kind of quietly sit around the top 3 in the world constantly. So expect big things. Looking for their first slam win, which would be huge for these guys. They've all been around, maybe on different teams, but all been around the slams for quite a while, except for Pablo, because he's only like 22. And then Team Dunstone, who we saw earlier, we got to get BJ out of there. We need a new fill in there. Colton Lott throws third. Matt Dunstone, the sheriff, is the skip, throws the last ones. EJ Harnden at second, and Ryan, a.k.a. Pete Harnden, at lead. We got to get Ryan on an interview and remind us why they call him Pete, but
yes, we do.
It's Brent Lang and Bella Lang on the call tonight for this semi-final matchup at the AMJ Players Championship, and we've got for the first time ever, we've got all 4 games not just streamed but also commentated. We got an all-star lineup too. We got the Legends game down there doing Hasselberg and Tiranzoni, Ryan Fry and John Morris, 2 Olympic gold medalists commentating that one.
Yep.
And we've got our usual Chelsea Carey, Tyler George covering the Holman Kim. That's the 2 semifinals on the ladies' side. And beside us, we've got John, the comic and the curler Cullen. He's a stand-up comedian. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
He is. True story. And Craig Saville, 2-time, 4-time, lots of time world champion, joining him. So excited for this game, Bella. You made your picks. We won't put them out there in front of everybody, but what do you expect from this game? Obviously, Schwaller has the hammer. Do you know anything about these teams? Records against each other or anything?
Pardon?
Records against each other? Do you know anything of how these teams match up?
Well, in the past 7 games, Schwaller has a 5-2 record head-to-head against Dunstone. I do expect a very good game, as Matt Dunstone and his team played very well earlier today. And Schwaller had a day off, so we should see some good curling. And both of them actually ended up in a final. Schwaller ending up in the World Final and Dunstone ending up in the Brier Final.
That really sums it up, Bella. Well done.
Thank you.
Overall, the Schwaller, when you look up the stats online, the Schwaller-Dunstone record is heavily in favor of Dunstone, but we were talking before, Bella, this is a drastically different Team Schwaller than the longtime Team Schwaller who was in the slams, where Yannick did throw last and call the game. This team is... Pablo's not even watching that rock. Is he that confident, or he just doesn't care? He threw it, slid to the side, turned his back, and can't be confidence because that's not the spot. But
yep.
Both teams like to mix it up too. This Schwaller team is not afraid to get rocks in play, and Dunstone is notorious for setting it up for the big shot too. So I'm with you. I expect a close game, but I expect lots of action, lots of rocks in play, and lots of big shots. So interested to see here. Lots of points on the line. Lots of money curling-wise. Not really lots of money yet,
yep.
But that's going to change soon. The curling group's going to change all of that for these athletes. But everybody wants to win their last game of the year, Bella. And how many teams get to do that on the men's side?
1.
What about the women's side?
1.
We're going to have 2 champions.
Yep.
By 7 o'clock tomorrow night, right?
Yes, we will.
Always was fun. We managed to be on teams that won the Players' Championship a couple of years, and it always felt great all summer to know you won your last game, Players' Championship, Grand Slam. Gives you confidence even into the next season, and it's a cool trophy. You saw it. You've had pictures taken with it a couple of times. Your mom used to win this one a lot.
Yep.
So you're familiar with the trophy. So good shot by Ryan Harnden too, freezing on the back, and now I think Pablo going right to it, which freed it up. That's not bad. It is behind the tee line though, so be interesting to see, Bella, who's going to hit that front guard first. Whoever makes the mistake probably will have to, the first mistake on the draw, will have to make the run back. But
yep.
Bit of cat and mouse. Another great crowd, eh, Bella? And tonight is, have you heard of the Grand Slam of Karaoke?
I have heard of that.
Have you seen it on the stream? Because it is on the Grand Slam of Curling app. Not only can you, actually you can't come anymore if you don't have a ticket, because as most things now are with the Grand Slam of Curling, it is sold out. But you can watch it. Home Team Live will bring it to you live on the Grand Slam of Curling app. I wasn't feeling good at the last slam, so I got to watch it from my bed, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet.
I only know of one act tonight that I'm excited for, and it's John Cullen.
Yeah.
He's also, he could play the drums. He was in a
really?
choir as a kid.
That's impressive.
I'm not sure he's going to be any good, but he's going to sing.
Great sweep by Colton Lott to get that by the guard. Very close to the guard there.
So here we go. They're going to take off the guard, but they're taking ice there that looks like they want to save a corner guard. Like I said, both of these teams are very offensive. Fun to commentate for both Team Dunstone and Team Schwaller. Pablo looks a bit like a volleyball player slash basketball player. He's super tall, super fit. Known in, especially in European circles, as one of the best sweepers, and gets the thing carving. He sweeps really, watch his strokes, Bill. He sweeps really long, and he even hops where you're going to hear a smacking sound of his slider hitting the ice.
Really?
I don't know how he physically does it, but that's what he does. You'll see.
Okay. We'll have to pay attention to it.
Missed line call there by Yannick, though. Wanted to roll that probably another rock or two. So I think Dunstone can afford to either freeze down on this or just straight guard. So Bella, tell me a little bit about your experience curling this year, kind of your first year curling, and you grew up watching this and all the shots being made and the pretty complicated advanced strategy, and then you go and you're learning how to play and all the shots aren't made all the time. Is it any different?
It's a lot different. You have to call a completely different game. You have to call easier shots, keep it more open to allow easier shots to happen, because if you call all these hard shots, nobody's going to make them, and you're just going to have a lot of guards, and then it makes it really hard to score. We had a very good season. We finished third in our Bonspiel.
Nice.
Yep.
Building towards next year?
Yep.
So is the team sticking together? Are you a free agent? What's the story?
I don't really know yet.
Okay. Doesn't want to say. Okay. That's
No,
fair.
I don't actually know.
Are you going to give Devin the breaking story? Is that what you're doing? Saving up? So another kind of soft peel here. Might be able to almost roll this one in the house. But speaking of difficult shots, super, super precise here. Will it spin in?
Yes,
what
it
a
does.
shot. Like, that's just not even fair. Now Maddie's like, that's a problem. Because that one counts just as much as one on the button. And without the hammer, he doesn't want to leave that there. He's okay with a bunch of reds, not a bunch, but a couple reds in the rings close to the middle, close together. That one over there is away from the action. If he doesn't deal with it now, it'll probably be there all end.
Yeah.
Wonder if Colton Lott's getting tired of curling yet. He's done a lot of it, and he's got some serious success under his belt this year, other than that Brier final that got away from him. He almost was a two-time Canadian champion this year, winning the mixed doubles. Fortunately for him, he doesn't have to go to the World's mixed doubles this year. He gets to go next year with his wife, Kadriana. Maddie trying to get that away from the nose double, and I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Tough double to stay. Groups all the rocks, so if things go south, Dunny can probably blow stuff up and not get into too much trouble here, but not a bad situation for Schwaller either. That's Swiss German. How's your Swiss German?
Awful.
We'd like to make it better, though. I think you should go to school in Switzerland for a year. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe not yet. We won't ship you off yet.
Not yet.
So it's interesting because Benoit used to play on a team that was, I think, all French.
Yeah, I can hear it when they talk. I can hear the French, because isn't it like Swiss? What it is, Swiss German or is it Swiss French?
Well, Switzerland is kind of, they speak a lot of different languages in Switzerland. It's a small country, but there's Swiss German, which is kind of like German but different. He's trying to thin double here, and Pablo just got by the guard, and not exactly. I think they wanted to kill the top one, but not too bad. There is potentially a triple here though for Dunstone. Colton will throw it plenty hard enough, but yeah, they speak Italian in Switzerland because they border Italy, so that section that's close to Italy is Italian. Swiss German, which borders Germany.
Yep.
French, so they must border France.
Yeah.
And I think there's one more.
I remember.
Language
I think there's
in Switzerland.
one more.
There's 4 national languages, so.
You can hear it when they're calling line and things like that.
There's some French. You were in French immersion for a bit, so you would recognize that. So Colton trying to make the triple. I think they lost it.
Got the double. Yeah. Is there a double on those 2 yellows right there?
Not really, is there?
I don't think so, but I also can't really tell on the camera.
So looking for a way to just hit one of those yellows and roll so there's not a double on the reds. A bit of cat and mouse here. Both teams are a little uncomfortable right now, but probably Dunstone's a little bit more uncomfortable. I think if Yannick hits and rolls on the top one, that's probably best. If you want to get really fancy, you might just kind of hit and roll on the top one as we're looking at it. Roll a rock to the right. Might leave a double on the reds, but probably would lose his shooter. And if you rolled perfect, he wouldn't have a double, and you'd be right in front of that yellow. This is a good call too, though. Trying to hit and roll, curl across the face, roll past the guard or even under the guard, and spread out those reds. Doesn't even care if he's lying 2 at the moment. The crowd is filling up. It is sold out for the weekend, which is awesome.
That is amazing.
It's hard to do in Toronto. There's a lot going on. There's a Leaf game tonight. You ever heard of the Leafs?
I have heard of them.
Second best team in the NHL next to?
The Jets?
The Jets? You said it was like question marks.
I don't know.
Oh.
Is it the Jets?
Just in case Mike and Tina are listening. I didn't make the roll. Leaves a pretty makeable double, but it's real tight to the yellow and it will leave a double back. So
not a horrible shot, not a horrible outcome.
Dunstone's not super upset with this either. I mean, a blank is okay. He just really doesn't want to start off by giving up the deuce, and same with Schwaller. So needs to be made, though. Needs to be pretty close to that yellow. It's probably needs to hit this where? Right on the nose, Bella?
I would say, yep.
It'll have plenty of speed.
Yep.
This spot early in the game might curl a little bit. I'd be a little bit leery of ticking that yellow, but if it just feather ticks it, he could probably get rid of everything.
Should be fine, yeah.
Should be fine.
How hard is he throwing this? Do you know?
Do you want to time it?
Sure.
It's peel. I'm sure he's throwing a peel. But I would say Dunny, you know, kind of his regular peel is probably about a 6.5.
Okay. Don't miss it.
Oh, I got this one.
Oh, yeah. Don't miss the end.
I know, it's too much pressure. 6.48, I was way off, and he did not tick the top when he drilled it.
Yeah.
That's the same spot. I called this sheet when he played McEwen, and Matt really struggled with the ice, and he missed that exact shot onto the guard in the first end.
Yeah.
So thinking about going around the corner, I personally don't like this. Any idea why I don't like going around the corner?
Would it set up a run double?
No, he's probably not going to run the red one because it is Schwaller's rock.
Right.
But what happens if he comes around the corner guard and buries top 8? What would Matt play?
The freeze.
Or the hit and
hit
roll
and
probably.
Roll. Right.
And then yours would be in the way. If you just draw open and he makes the hit and roll, you could probably chase it.
Right.
They talked about it. This one might overcurl, they said, so they're not afraid of overcurling this one. But going wide here, so Mr. T, why do they call him Mr. T, Benoit here?
Because he is so good at drawing to the T line.
That is accurate. Good at everything, but they've called him that. They called him T-line Benny for a long time. So we're into the skip rocks. First skip rock for Team Schwaller, fourth rock thrower. Benoit Schwartz Van Berkel. Did you know in Switzerland when you get married, they add their wife's last name? He was Schwartz forever. He got married, and now it's Schwartz Van Berkel.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that until Benoit. I think that's what happened anyway. It's getting tight here, but they do want this to overcurl a bit.
Yeah.
Don't want it behind the T line.
Looks pretty good.
Curl. Pretty good, but you see what I'm saying? If he hits and rolls behind,
now they can't
your
get
red
it.
one's in the way, so.
That's almost really good.
Almost. If that curled another 2 inches, there still wouldn't have been a double, but that's so precise. Why not just draw the open side?
Right.
As we're looking at it to the left-hand side, even with your other one. And worst case, you leave a double, you get a blank. This one, if Matty can make this but the good news is he just over-curled with peel, so in his head he's thinking, if I throw board, this might really take off. So he might protect here. That doesn't look like a lot of ice, though.
No, it doesn't. And he's throwing board?
That would be my guess. I didn't hear, but
okay.
Mostly because I can't stop talking. Matty, one of the times we commentated recently, he didn't wear a mic, so maybe he's doing that again. Plus, we've got all 4 sheets going, so there's no way we have enough mics for everybody.
Yeah.
Which is perfect, because if they're not mic'd, we can talk as much as we like, and we can make up what they're going to say.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
That looks about board.
I think that's the speed you want on this shot. This is big trouble.
Yeah.
This is huge trouble. Carve it to kill the top one. Carve it to kill the top one.
Uh-oh.
That wasn't even close.
Killed the top one at least, so.
Good news is he missed it by so much that it killed the top one.
So it worked out, okay.
Benoit looking at the split. You're real good, Benoit, but come on. 2 in-turn overcurls to set Matty down at least a path of questioning what's going on here. I'm better than that. That would have flashed the back one that he was trying to hit.
Yeah.
If that rock wasn't there. So a good start here for Team Schwaller. Final stone, first end. Draw to the ocean. Have you ever heard that saying?
No, I have not.
Wayne Madal used to say that a lot. Like when it's just a draw to the rings, it's like, we just had to draw to the ocean.
They're calling this to be sliding.
But they're on the backing. I heard a backing. There are some English words from curling.
And I heard back 8, so I heard that too. But they're good because they have the backing. So
that's going to be
2 for Schwaller in the first end.
And we're going to take a quick break and come back and see how Dunstone responds to a tough start for Team Dunny.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Welcome back to the battle of the number 3 and number 4 ranked men's teams in the world, down to the semifinals on both the men's and the ladies' side. On the men's side, we got number 1 in the world, Bruce Mowat, playing against number 2 in the world, Team Jacobs. Bit of a different team this year, this week for Team Jacobs, dealing with an injury, and Brett resting for a super important mixed doubles world championship. But we do have the top 4 teams at the Players' Championship, which is pretty cool.
It is very cool.
On the ladies' side, we got Team Holman, Team Kim, Team Hasselberg, Tiranzoni. I don't have the rankings in front of me, but guess what? I bet you that's the top 4 teams in the world. Who's missing?
I don't know.
If we don't know, then nobody is.
Exactly.
In any event, an interesting first end, and then 2 uncharacteristic misses from Matt Dunstone. And he's fortunate that he missed by enough. He didn't deserve to give up 3, but easily could have. So they did say in the break, you heard Team Dunstone saying lots of time. I mean, they've been here before. Let's just make 8 and see if we can get them in a little bit of trouble and take a deuce and get back to square and start again. Team Mowat starting off with a big score of 3 against Team Jacobs. Don't want to give those guys a head start.
Yeah, you really don't.
Too late, though. They already did.
Oh, you know what? Eunjin Kim is in 5th and Carrie Anderson is in 4th.
Thank you, fact checker Bella. That might be your job moving forward, one of your many jobs.
Yep.
You're 12 now, so you need to work full time.
Homan is in 1st, Tiranzoni's in 2nd, and Hasselborg's in 3rd, and then Kim is in 5th.
So the only person in the top 4 missing is Team Carrie Anderson. We had Carrie on the couch last night, and they didn't have their best week. They've had a bit of a tumultuous, which is kind of crazy year with all the team issues and injuries with Shannon and the failed drug test by Brienne last year. They're looking forward to a normal year next year, I'm sure.
I bet.
Through all that, though, they stayed at number 4 in the world. That's pretty impressive.
Do you know if they called, like Team Schwaller called those 2 rocks right there?
They called the first one in the 4-foot, and Pablo's a little light.
Okay.
And then I think they called a nice and tight guard, and he's a little heavy. But
okay.
I don't, again, my Swiss German's not great, so you're not supposed to ask me such difficult questions.
Oh, so sorry.
That was part of our deal.
So sorry.
Now they're playing the guard for sure.
Yeah, I know they were playing the guard. I saw that one. I just missed the first 2. Really need to drag this one and get it to curl a little bit, or it's not going to be useful.
It's too high. It did cover some of it, but
too high.
Really good chance for Dunstone now, right? Knows this. Shot rock's buried around the corner. That center's so high it's almost useless. Just what the doctor ordered for Team Dunstone to start this one. So
yes.
EJ Harnden, they haven't got this spot figured out yet. This is where Dunny missed 2 in the first. So we'll see if EJ, I think it curls, so be careful.
No. This one needs to curl, so.
Should come up. Yeah, EJ was paying attention. He's like, they lost it.
Oh.
Good enough.
Yeah. There's a double there or no?
The yellow's pretty buried, so he's playing a double. He's playing the corner guard back. We see this a lot, especially in the men's game. Sven Mikkel, Sven used to skip at the slams, skip his own team.
Yep.
We used to call him Sven Michael Michaels. I don't know why. But he one time beat Team Howard by, we were up 2 coming home and he got 3, and it really pissed me off, obviously, because I still remember. But that was one of the first times the 5-rock rule was around, and we were like, that sucked, but this rule needs to stick around, because that was, from a fan's perspective, a curling perspective, that was a fun situation.
Yeah.
We didn't like it.
Yeah.
He didn't win the slam, though. We might have. I don't remember if we did, but we lost that game for sure.
Okay.
It's a chance to lie 3 here. That was a bit of a risky shot, especially you don't have really anywhere to bail other than, I guess you could hit and roll on the wide one underneath the top 12 yellow. So if I'm Dunny, I'd love to try and nose this.
This one's really curling.
Oh, they were playing for the roll. I think that's not bad. I think I would have tried to nose it, though, and really control that. Yannick thinks he can make that. It looks like that one's lower.
Which one, sorry?
He's trying to make the double. That's a good shot, the hit and roll there. I like one of the softer hit and rolls. I like either the board weight hit and roll on the top right one, underneath that.
Okay.
Or I like the hit and roll off the left one.
Okay.
I think that top 12 rock, it's not helping you, but it's going to be your savior eventually, because it's almost like a guard. It's buried enough that it's hard for them to nose it if you get one behind it.
Right.
Blue Jays fan, Yannick?
Yeah.
It's always kind of first of the Jays season when we come to Toronto. I'm not sure, but some of the players have gone to the Jays. They're not even in town, are they?
No, they're not. They're in town next weekend,
That's
I believe.
too bad, actually, because usually the players, get to go check out some Jays games. And
I know they're in town next weekend, so I don't think they're in town this weekend.
Easter weekend, right?
Yep.
Because we might go to a game. Is that why you know?
Yes, it is.
Oh, interesting. So he's trying this double.
This looks hard.
It looks like really hard. He's going to have a lot of speed off the back of it and push it kind of out the top of the rings, and then might squeak back to the 4-foot. Or he could be playing the thin double onto the wide one. That's the other shot I don't hate. Yannick Schwaller.
No. Get him. Get him.
They like it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that wasn't possible, so I don't know why they liked it. That was a tough call there, and Schwaller name is pretty famous in Canadian in Swiss curling.
Yeah.
Yannick's wife, Breyer. Now Schwaller, used to be Breyer Hurleman. Another Hurleman is a famous name in curling in Switzerland too. It's a small community. But this is a bad situation for Team Schwaller at the moment. Colton just being asked to draw the open side. You like this, Bella?
Yeah, I think so.
Trying to spread out.
Yeah, I like it.
Keep your rocks spread out.
So then there's not really a double. This is a bit. Oh, no, it's not.
Did that ever stop curling? You heard Matt Dunstone say it's falling. Like there's a ridge line there. That was strange.
That was really weird. Yeah, you can hear him.
He's
Fell
talking
backwards.
to his coach. Went backwards. And one of those coaches, that guy in the red, he'll take money from any country. That's Glenn Howard, and he's just given up on Canada. He's got a Swiss jacket on.
Yeah.
I think Saville and I should go talk to him after.
I think so.
And ask him if he's a Canadian or not. Glenn just consulting with these guys at the Worlds and here this week, and I think the players and Glenn hoping that's going to move into a full-time position heading into the Olympics next year. This will be the Swiss Olympic team. This is their chance, though. Hit and roll right behind that yellow one. It'll be awfully hard to get out, but this is going to overroll. And this is big, big trouble. They've kind of skipped themselves into an ambush here.
They have a little bit for sure.
That high guard by Sven got them in trouble. And then from there, that double they played on Yannick's first was just kind of, I think I saw Glenn writing something down there. Like, you can't play that one.
Yep.
So Matt knows that their out is getting one behind that too.
Yep.
I think he might be overcomplicating this.
Or set up a triple. Or we try to straight wide, wide. Out turn here. And keep through this.
Matty loves to slam his broom. He's very animated when he's telling the guys where he wants it.
You want to loop one. What? You want to go out turn around ours. You guys do? I was thinking out turn here.
That looks tricky with where that guard is. There's more curl on that side too.
Yeah.
I get what Matt's saying, but what about an out turn, back 8 around everything? It'll over curl everything.
That would probably be good.
But if it stops just behind the tee line, you're going to want to go jump off a bridge and hold your breath when you hit the water because they're going to freeze on it and take away all 3 yellows.
Yeah. It would need to be made very well with perfect weight.
Good half.
This is a very precise shot. Anything that is deep enough where Schwaller can freeze for second shot, I think you're going to see him freeze for second shot, but be very risky.
Yeah.
30 minutes into the Mowat-Jacobs game, Team Jacobs is in big trouble. They're down 3-1 without the hammer.
Yeah, and I saw Jacobs' last shot, and he was drawing to the 4-foot against 4, I believe.
Oh, okay. So that's not been fun for them yet.
Oh, 3, sorry.
This should really bend now, though.
Keep going. You gotta keep going. Come on, Pete, push it. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Speed's pretty good. He's left him a double, though. What are we looking at here? Wowzers, really?
Boy.
Guys, the out-turn double looks very makeable, and take your medicine, hold him to 2. You jam this one, you're giving up 3 for sure.
And that's not ideal here.
No, I mean, he could make this, but it's pretty thin across the top. Needs to be an absolute rocket.
Yeah.
Hit about 1/3 of a rock.
Okay, das war abgemät. Es Loch geht's nicht.
Das Loch gets made. Whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
I think he's saying, I think Benny can make this one. So they're thin half. They're going to play this.
So they are playing it? How fast do you think it's going to be? I'm going to time it.
This one's going to be under 6 seconds.
Wow.
I'm not always going to guess within 0.02, okay? I'm not that good, but I'm going, yeah, this is a 5.98 or right around 6 seconds.
Okay.
Needs to be cruising. It's not like it's wide open. He could easily hit the guard here. I think this is a aggressive call. We won't call it crazy yet, but got to get by that guard. 5.99. I was way off, eh?
Yeah, really.
By 1/100th. Bit of a savant here. Good double there, and I don't know. Look at how close this gets to the guard.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was the replay on Sportsnet. So we didn't get that, but trust us,
it
was
really
damn close to the guard. Great shot, though, and now Maddie's got to make a pretty precise draw here. As long as he's above the tee line, they're just going to hit the open one and say, whew, dodged one there, boys.
Yep.
So first skip stone for Matt Dunstone, the man they called the sheriff.
Do you know why they call him the sheriff?
It's probably an off-air story. No, I don't know why they call him the sheriff. There is a story, but I don't remember all the ins and outs, and I don't want to get it wrong. So
fair.
Just know that he's called the sheriff, okay? Just trust me.
Okay. Was that good? Or did they want that deeper?
They wanted it in the 4-foot. Now he can hit and roll off the wide one. He could take on the thin double, too.
Oh, boy.
Before Matt threw that, they were happy to give up 2, and now they're like, should we take it on? It's really thin. The guard's kind of in play.
You just have to make sure you get 1 at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you really don't want to give up 3 here. It would really change the momentum, because I feel as though right now Schwaller has the momentum.
If he makes this double, he's really going to have the momentum, though. So I don't mind this as long as Benoit's comfortable with the spot. It's really thin. There is a spot where you could hit it and make the double, and it still jams on the back red, too.
Yeah.
So this though, if you miss it by, if you're really trying to make it and you miss it by 2 inches, you're going to flash.
Yeah, it's not good.
Because you got to hit like, if you hit 1 inch of this, you're probably making the double. 2 inches, you make the double. 3 inches, you probably miss it.
Oh, yikes.
So it's super thin, but here we go. Not throwing this one as hard. Wants to bring the sweepers more into it.
He's not hopping.
Not on a hard one. He's got this made. No, he doesn't.
Oh, no.
Sometimes you got to take your medicine. Sometimes confidence kills, Bella. He feels like he can make anything. And he missed that by nothing, but he missed it.
Yeah.
Free draw for 3.
Barely hit any of that there.
Yeah, that was a less than 1 inch. I tried to tell him it needed to be 1 inch, 2 inches, or 3 inches.
Yeah. And that was less than 1 inch.
So a wide open draw to the ocean.
To the ocean.
For 3.
Yep. And he just threw this, so should make this. Same path, same everything. Just needs to touch the paint. Last shot, second end. Matt Dunstone.
Draw path. Wide's good.
Looks like the sweepers like this one. Just cleaning it into the house.
Here come the applause from the Canadian fans for one of the Canadian teams still kicking this week. Team Dunstone answers with 3, and the momentum changes. We'll be back to see what happens in the third end right after a short break.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
We're back for third end action, and after a gift of a deuce in the first end, really, they're exchanging gifts, Bella. That was a gift of a 3. I think that was, you know, unlucky to tick it and you know, not get the second one, not kill either one. But at the same time, Benoit made a really good one on his first, and sometimes you just want to take your medicine, it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, you really didn't want to miss that one. Because if you just played the hit and roll, you would have just given up 2, which is much better than 3.
That's for sure.
It is.
3 is 50% more than 2. They gave up 50% more points because of that call, because of that miss. But
really?
They are only down 1. They do have the hammer. There have been some high-scoring games this week, lots of points available, so no time to panic, but don't want Pablo to throw this one in the rings, that's for sure.
And by the looks of it, it is in the rings, but I could be wrong. Nope.
It's coming down, so it should be okay.
Very close. Bit too deep, so if Team Schwaller does end up drawing behind it, it would be an easier double because of how close it is to the rings.
Yeah, so it's
or run back, not double.
Yeah, same idea, run back. And with that in mind, I'm interested to see if they'll throw another corner or if they freeze on this one, because Ryan Harnden's being asked to play the come around. I think they'll probably freeze. The other thing with that red one being so close to the house, though, it's a nice angle raise rock for Team Schwaller. So keep your eye on that one throughout the end.
So, yep, they're playing the freeze here. Pete made a really nice one, top 4.
Really sweeping this one.
They are.
Pablo a little bit light and a little bit tight, but 15-3, so that's a great
really
sweep.
Good sweep.
That's the A scrub for sure.
With no sweeping, where do you think 15-3 would end up?
I personally think if they didn't sweep that at all, that's going to end up at least 12 feet short of where it is.
So where?
Halfway guard.
Okay.
Yep.
So in between the two logos?
Dead in between the 2 logos. That's what I think. And it's the hardest part about testing sweeping is, so if you throw a test rock,
yeah,
and it goes down, it's worn the pebble a bit, so it's actually made the spot faster. And then you throw one and sweep it, it's faster again. So it's really hard to duplicate the exact same piece of ice twice, because every time you throw a rock, it changes slightly.
Yeah. EJ making a nice freeze, not perfect, but very nice. Getting nice angles on the red one, so then later in the end they can get rid of it.
Really good angles for Team Dunstone so far. Trying to play again a peel, but a soft peel, and try and bump the red one into the rings, I believe is the call.
This is hard.
It is a difficult shot. As long as you kind of hit the yellow and roll that way, it's pretty good though. This isn't very hard. Not sure this is going to kill it. It's going to just tap it into the rings. Actually should have let that one curl a bit. Did he spin it in again though? No.
No, unfortunately he did not. And the yellow one is now in the ring instead of the red, which is not great.
Still. Curl. Center logo. Clean. Curl.
EJ just throwing the guard just to protect all the rocks in the center, because that guard there is really not helping Schwaller at the moment.
Thinking about, I wondered how long it would take before they ran the swings. He was guarding the red one there because he knew that if he left the red open, he could kill the yellow.
Okay. So good. Wir können es jetzt auch auftun. So.
Gonna go for the angle raise here.
Sag die oder schnell. Ja. Gut. Dünn halt.
Change the call. Not going to angle it in there. Trying to peel this one and catch the side one to keep the blank alive, I believe. And chisel that in. Almost got all the candy. Did it move it far enough that there's no double on the reds? Yannick thinks they got a little unlucky there.
I'm not sure. Do you think it's far enough?
I have to see an overhead. It looks like it's just far enough. If it wasn't, I think Matt would be racing up to play that double already, and he's not. So for that reason, I'd say it went far enough.
Okay. Oh, no, he says it's there. He says just make that, right? He says.
So he does think it's there, the double on the reds. Oh, 10-5. No, this isn't a double.
Okay.
Just hit and roll into the middle by the sounds of it and just pump that red one out a bit, maybe. If they only move it a rock, they will set up a double, but the double will dead jam on the red one, I think is what he's thinking.
Okay. Lately, Colton has made a lot of these hit and rolls.
He's making almost everything he looks
really
at,
is.
right?
Once again, I think he made it.
Pretty good. He wanted to roll into it a little bit harder, but I don't see anything great if you're
Schwaller, if you're red.
Like, are you blowing that up to make sure you score? Like, it's getting a little bit congested in there. I don't see anything very good. If they hit it hard on the right-hand side of the top one, like really hard, you could probably get all the yellows moving. I don't know how many leave the rings, though.
Is that what they're doing right now?
I think so. Trying to throw it hard and hit it pretty thick. Shoot her over to kill the side one. They're really trying to get this set up for a potential blank.
Right.
So final third stone in the third end. Yeah, Colton says he might be able to get them all gone. Like, needs to be probably harder than that to get them all gone. It's hard, but I think he needed a little bit more pepper. Got them all moving. Just needed more pepper.
Yep. On that one, I got 6.04.
Not hard enough. Needed a 5.45.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what he needed, but a little bit harder because they were all moving. That's the new game, not the new game, but that's the way the game's been progressing for a while, is you need to have that in your arsenal if you really want to compete. Now trying to nose this and keep them spread out. I think you're going to see Benoit have to throw a freeze unless Colton rolls out. Well, there's definitely a double at least. Yeah, they swept it to a point where there's an awkward double. Probably going to freeze still, I would think. Could do that, but that's unlikely to. Could try the slash double. That Ben was calling for, I like. Did you get that? We should use Google Translate. Is that a thing if we just put it up to our headphones?
I doubt it.
Come on, Bella.
I don't think so.
It's still Yannick's shot. My bad. I got ahead of myself there.
Pardon?
So this is still third stones. This is the third final stone. And I definitely like this shot. Trying to hit a thin half, maybe even a third, and make this double. And we're heading probably for Blanksville. Curl, so he's wide. Well
Nice
done
shot.
there by Yannick.
So now most likely this will be a blank.
It will be. This is story time. Tell me some stories about something.
I don't got any stories. Do you have any stories?
I've got some stories over the years. Yeah, for sure. No any burnt rock controversies or anything in your curling this year? Any cheaters? Did you play
No.
Team China at all?
No.
No? Okay, not yet. What are you going to do when you play Team China and somebody burns a rock and says, I didn't touch it?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Tell them they touched it.
You're going to say, are you kidding me? And you're going to walk up and grab the rock and throw it in the corner and say, what are you going to do about it? So I think Matt's just drawn open side away from the corner guard. He's okay with the blank here too. So this is where Bella, I think in curling, and I don't really mean this, but you should be able to turn around and say, you guys good with the blank? I'll offer you a blank right now. Yeah, we'll take a blank. Kick the rocks down, end over.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way, but
That'd be nice.
maybe, eh? Add a little negotiation in there, like, hey, you got us in trouble, but looks like you're going to get 3, but I'll give you 2 right now if you want it. Would you take it?
This week I have seen more blank misses than I have seen ever.
Fewer blank ends this week in general. Why do you think that might be?
5-rock rule.
True, but even compared to other Grand Slam events with the same rules. What leads to fewer blanks? Lots of rocks in play, right?
Yeah. And
what leads to lots of rocks in play? Made shots or maybe a couple of missed shots mixed in?
made shots. Probably a couple of missed shots mixed in there.
Yeah, and teams have struggled a little bit with the ice has been a little trickier than normal, which leads to more missed shots, which leads to more rocks in play and fewer blanks. So hopefully Nick Salsky's not listening and figures that out, because he'll tell the ice makers to make it tricky every week. And I don't think the players want that. So going to give this hit and roll a go now. Made a fantastic hit and roll in the first end against Team McEwen into a really tricky spot. Mike tried to blanket and ended up chipping them in for a steal of 2. Did you see the first end, Bella?
I did see that. That was unfortunate.
Tough start.
Really tough start, and just didn't help them.
Never really recovered from that.
No, they really didn't.
So see if Matty can come up with one here. You heard him say even if we roll out, he's never trying to split that, is he? And I really don't think he is. That's an extremely difficult split. You'd have to throw one of those spinners. Cameron Bryce made one that was even harder than that. You ever seen that, Bella? He throws a wide super spinner and kind of hits it almost on the nose, but because of the spin, and that one goes straight forward and the shooter goes straight sideways for a split for 2.
Yeah, it sounds like it's rolling out here.
Right on the beat.
Oh, no.
Under curl. Straight blank. Going to play the in turn because the out turn there is a jam possibility. So we're going to have a blank. And after a eventful first 2 ends, this was an interesting end.
It was.
But we're going to end up with zeros on the board. I'm quite confident that Benoit can make this.
They throw peels at, like they throw peel weight at a blank, right?
Yeah, you don't have to whip it, but that's cruising. Sounds a little tight. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
No, it's hard enough. the harder you throw it, the more room you have for error. You can hit it thicker, but that's a blank end, however you slice it. And Bella and I will be back right after a quick break to see what happens in the fourth end. Schwaller will have the hammer, down 1. Mew mew.
Let me say what's best for me, to feel at ease, to feel happy. Lovely weather with the breeze, the simplest things. Sad love.
Rio Mare. Great taste needs little. Prime quality tuna and selected olive oil. Rio Mare, the real taste of Italy.
$20,000 in funding to help sick kids purchase life-saving NICU equipment for babies. This funding is made possible thanks to the generous support of the grassroots curling community and fans like you. Right now, local volunteers, including those from TMU and the University of Toronto curling teams, are passing donation buckets as part of our Grand Slam crowd sweep. You can also donate online at sandraschmerler.org. Your contributions will help babies here in the GTA and all across Canada who are born too soon, too small, too sick, or too far. We thank you for your support.
Welcome back inside the Mattamy Center at the AMJ Players Championship, live from Toronto, Ontario. We've got semi-final action, and we've got a tight game here in the men's semi-final that we're covering. Yes, 3-2, Team Dunstone. Team Schwaller has the hammer. Starts with a tight center guard and pretty standard corner guard coming from Team Schwaller, from Pablo.
Top 4. Big line, middle row. Top 4. Max line right now. Top 5. Hold, get it going. That's right. Okay, line's good. Line's good. Top 4.
Nice come around from Pete Harnden.
Yeah.
Ryan and EJ's brother, right?
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Must feel like there's playing against them sometimes it feels like there's 3 of them when they're sweeping. But perfect come around, and now trying to go, Pablo trying to thread the needle draw through here.
This looks tricky.
Tight-ish hole, but he did just throw this, so it's the same line and just throw 6-8 feet harder.
That's a good come around too.
Solid. Hack. Lead. Hack. Low. Girl. Back away. Lead. Straight. 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 Let it go.
Oh, this hit the guard here.
Can't kill it though, and it doesn't, so that's perfect weight and quite a good result actually.
Yeah.
But a chance here, Schwaller, just maybe come back and just bump that one that's buried, just with kind of T-line weight, I like. Bump it back, keep your shooter there, but it's going to leave a double, so maybe I don't like it. You might have to run this. Are we heading for another blank, Bella? I only prepared one curling story. There's some guy on Twitter coming at us, though, so that's entertaining. Curling Insider. I always love people who have no followers. They follow one person, they don't use their real name, and they pretend like they know shit. I'm still looking for the bag that we took when we boycotted the slams in the beginning. He's obviously talking about Johnny Moe, Craig Saville, and myself. I don't recall getting a bag, and I also, we were like 21 years old and not in the top 25 in the world. And there's a really good story there that I won't tell on the air because it involves somebody in the Sportsnet booth doing something seriously not on the up and up. So if anybody wants the real story, I'm happy to tell it another time. But in the meantime, Curling Insider, piss off. So chose not to try my shot because couldn't really, was too easy of a double, and now kind of good corner guards there. They're a little wide, Bella, but both red ones for Schwaller. And
solid. Go, girl. Girl. Gotta go for nose.
This is really out there.
good carve by Colton.
Really good. Now there's a double there, right? Or no?
There's a thin double, but I don't think they're going to take that on. I think probably hit and roll on shot rock way over to the side and get behind those corner guards.
Because then they can't really get it. Well, they could.
Harder to get it and bring this play to the side and open up the 4-foot. That yellow one there on the top 12-foot's almost a guard if you wanted it to be later in the end, too.
Close.
Nice roll by Sven.
Sven Michaels. Sven McCall.
Like that with 2/3? Or like 10-5, sorry? Yeah.
Pretty buried, so he needs to play the yellow into it. A really good shot there. And what happens here, Bella, even if he makes this, probably if you're Dunstone and you could choose, you want to hit and roll to the center line, make the takeout on the one buried, and roll that one out of there, because if it stays there, they might freeze behind the corner guard, and then you got a real tough time not giving up a deuce.
Okay.
So contact is key, but at the end, maybe Maddie will get a little aggressive to just kind of hit and roll just past the broom.
This is not easy.
Like that.
Easily made by Colton Watt.
He's just making everything.
He really is.
But a chance to hit and roll under the corner guards, I would think. And then Matt's probably going to have to draw over there, and then there might be a double off the top for 2. You follow that, Bells?
Pardon?
Hit and roll buried now. Let it over curl and roll into the 12-foot behind the Reds.
Yep.
Matt's going to have to draw around and freeze for second shot, and there might be a double off the top 8 one for 2, or to lie to. That's how you draw it out on the drawing board, but it's different in real life because curling's difficult, so they might even switch the call here.
Ja, ich weiß nicht, ob das einfacher ist. Da bist du Shot. Hier bist du Shot. Schau gut, immer der erste rollen. Nein. Yep. Sehr. Das ist genau gleich wie du eigentlich.
We've even got fans in Brisbane, Australia. Do you remember Jay? We would have met him in New Zealand. Were you there? You might not have met him, actually. First met Jay Merchant, a Canadian who's a transplant to Australia, a curler. One of the best backswings in curling still. You should see. He can swing it like up to his ears like Pee Wee Pickering used to do. But originally from Alberta, and good to see you're doing well, Jay. He's a lawyer as well, Bella.
Okay.
Played for Australia, a few international events. Was in the first mixed doubles spiel. Jen, your mom and I played in New Zealand. And so switched the call to hit and roll on the top one, which is fine, but didn't make the roll. So this end's getting pretty comfortable for Team Dunstone. Nose hit here or roll on the over curl side a bit.
Yep.
Doesn't want to overroll under the guards. That's good. But I wonder if they're going to take on that double and think blank.
What would you play here, do you think?
I would have played the hit and roll under on the first one.
Okay.
But now that we're here.
Yeah. And you're red.
I'm red, so I'm losing, so I'm angry. So maybe I'm on tilt.
Okay.
So maybe I play something silly. I don't mind this call, hit and roll behind. I don't think Dunny's going to miss that, but maybe he won't stick it and we can get a blank. The other shot is double.
Yep.
You could play like a control weight double, hitting the top one, rolling over, maybe even normal, and make that double. And look, if you're playing that, you're looking for a blank.
Right.
This plays for a blank too, though. You hit and roll right to Benoit's broom. Matt, if he does make the stick, the problem is there will be a double, but if it's a nose double, excuse me, it won't be in the house.
Right.
So then Matt's going to draw around, and I don't love that situation. So this might be ice for the double on the top one, too. Sometimes guys hold it at the tee line and trick me. Don't think so, though, but we'll see. If he slides hard, that's what he's playing, the double.
Okay.
No, he didn't slide hard.
So he's not playing the double.
No, he's playing the hit and roll behind on the back one with like a heavy board. 11 and a half or something, 11. He's trying to roll under, so.
Oh, interesting. I thought he was trying to roll underneath the yellow one.
I think he might have been, and then they knew they'd kind of lost it and kind of switched calls. But
okay.
If you're Dunny here, I don't hate rolling way across to the back 8. Nose is fine too, though, because now any roll under the yellow is going to be so close together. Prove it. Just because they look just like you doesn't mean they're your kids, Saville. Since the cottage, probably.
Yep.
Sorry, we're just reminiscing in the booth here. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a game going on, Craig. We're professionals over here. For skip stone of the 4th end for Matt Dunstone, and hit and stay really anywhere is pretty good.
Do you like rolling over, like way over to the back 8? I heard you say that, right?
That's what I would say, or you want to kind of nose it. I don't think you want to go under the guard.
Right.
This is pretty light. He's hitting it in the right spot. Just need to throw it a little harder. No, that's really good.
That's really good.
So now does Benoit play the freeze on that? There is a double and roll behind the corner. He might take that on. I think he should if he's not freezing, because
because they're going to turn around.
Oh, that's Glenn's trick. He throws stuff behind the guy in the house to trip him up. Not really, but there is a double and roll behind the guard.
Yeah.
Looks like you got to pick the right weight. So you got to decide, where do we got to hit this to make the double, and how hard do I have to throw it to roll to the right spot? Looks like about 3/4 to, yeah, 3/4. So can't throw it too hard, because 3/4 with peel rolls out of the rings. Even if you jammed it and rolled under, it will give you a chance here, Bella. So probably a solid control, even a normal weight. You're right, Colton. Banana peels are multiplying. They breed quickly. They're like mosquitoes. Every mosquito can have 1,000 babies. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
In like 48 hours, they hatch, too. No wonder we have a mosquito problem. You should call Mosquito Hero, right?
Yeah.
In Barrie, especially. Trying to hold this one. They don't sound very excited, though.
I really don't.
Well, they should, because he made it pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
Made
They look so sad.
I know. They didn't look like they liked that, and we're heading for another blank. And we got a tight game on our hands. Pretty well played by both sides. Nothing crazy happening.
Replay.
Perfectly made double.
Mm-hmm.
So final stone of the fourth end for Matt Dunstone, just really trying to hit and roll into the rings, and nose might not be in the rings, so trying to roll into the rings and at least make Benoit peel something out. Well thrown. No problem, nose is in the ring, so Benoit will have to hit this anywhere broom side with some speed, and we're gonna put another blank on the board, and it'll be 3-2 after 4 ends. I'm almost certain of it. No problem, and as predicted, I'm not often right, but when it's an open blank with these guys, you're almost always going to predict the blank, and that's what we get. It is 3-2 after 4 ends, and we're going to take a couple-minute break here. We'll come back with fifth end action right after this.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
We are back for second half action. Brent Lang joined by Isabella Lang. And we've got a fortunate draw here. We got an exciting game, 3-2 after 4. I know there's been back-to-back blanks, but they've been interesting ends with opportunities on both sides. And Team Schwaller continues to hold the hammer. After a 2 and a 3 to start, it looked like we might be on a race to 9, but things have settled. And Team Schwaller not throwing a corner guard here, which kind of tells me without telling me that maybe they're looking to keep the blank alive. Would be okay to be down 1 with the hammer playing 6 if they scored 2 and 6. They'd be in what we would say is control of the game. On the flip side, Team Dunstone would love to force Team Schwaller to 1 here and take the hammer to 6, where if they scored 2, they're going to win the game most of the time. If they score 1, they're still in good shape. So at this time in the game, this is tight. Need to split this. You can take your own rock off the center line. If this was the other color, it's not going to leave the center line anyway, but ooh, those are hooked, and that's not good news for Team Dunstone fans. So we're just going to go open side again, keeping it simple. They would take a deuce. They don't want to work too hard for it and risk getting forced. Updates around the world here. Team Mowat, after getting 3 in the first, forcing Jacobs to 1 in the second, have blanked and blanked. They're up 2 with playing 5, and Grant Hardy just made about a 12-foot triple. Doing Grant Hardy things. Hasselberg down 1 with the hammer against Tiranzoni in a tight fought battle there. And there's a timeout in the Team Kim, Team Holman game, but Team Holman is up 3-1 with the hammer, so uphill battle for Team Kim. Yoshimura gave Team Holman a break last game, and I wondered if they would take that and run with it, and it looks like they might be. So EJ playing the run back here, even though Schwaller's line 2 with the hammer.
Yeah. Did Pete miss light?
He played the guard.
Okay.
And then he played the come around and was light and hooked it, but at least he made contact there, and they're no longer overlapped. So
yeah, a lot better situation now.
So Schwaller, wouldn't have surprised me if he would play the double peel and through on those 2 guards. You can peel those and get through. If you stay in the rings, great. If you don't, it's a blank. So
yeah,
he's changed gears a little bit, I think. This is when you need the in-ear conversation. Hey, Yannick, what are we doing here? I thought we were playing for a blank.
Yeah.
Was I wrong? Is this the plan all the time? This is getting tight and light, and this is where Ryan was tight and light. Can't wreck here. Do not want 3 center guards, I promise you that. That is how you scrub, Bella.
What a great sweep by Sven and Pablo.
Pablo and Benoit, actually.
Oh yeah, sorry, Pablo and
good.
Benoit.
So, but it is another center guard. It's almost like 3 center guards, and there's Coach Cliffy talking to the Bananas.
Yep.
Team Switzerland, Glenn Howard. So EJ being asked to make the hit and roll. Comfortable for Team Dunstone in the fact that there are those 3 rocks in the middle that eventually they're just 1 rock or one hit and roll or 1 freeze away from kind of shutting this end down, kind of like that.
Yeah. Really good shot.
Will Schwaller play the peel and through now, or are we drawn? Yeah, they're going full offense now. So they've totally changed gears, which is totally within their right.
Yep.
They don't have to listen to us.
No, they really don't.
Nor can they hear us.
Everybody's so far has played a really good game, not very many misses.
It's been a well-played game, Bella, and a couple of opportunities. Maybe I wouldn't call it a bad call in the second end by Team Schwaller, but that's been the difference, is that double they tried, extremely difficult. You got to give Benoit credit. He tried to make it. He didn't protect. You protect and you hit a half a rock and give up the deuce. He tried to make it. If you're going to play it, you got to try and make it. But this is getting a bit messy. Another hit and roll here, and all of a sudden Team Schwaller's in danger of not only getting forced, but giving up another steal.
And they just crashed their just was a little bit heavy and tight, and just didn't work out too great. Now giving Team Dunstone a really good chance to put Team Schwaller in some trouble. This is over curling. Missed opportunity, now creating a pocket there, right?
Creating a pocket. It is buried. Somebody's going to score now, which is the good news.
So close from Colton Flash, just curled a little bit too much for them and overrolled.
Probably
Schwaller's first stone.
Do we want to freeze here, Bella, or do we just want to draw? If we go right to it, is there room for another one for Shot Rock is my concern.
I think there is. Yeah, so I don't know whether you like this, like whether this shot is the right call, because, oh, maybe not actually, if you get on the inside of that.
I think that's a real good shot. It's
really
it's
good.
Shot Rock and you can't freeze on it.
That was a good sweep.
But the scoring zone is getting really, really small if you're Team Schwaller.
Which is never nice.
This has been an interesting strategic end for Team Schwaller in my view. Not right or wrong. This might lead to 2 or 3 if they get a mistake out of Colton, but interesting.
Yes, for sure. It's been a completely, not completely, but very different strategy calling this end for Team Schwaller. More on the offense side instead of playing defense as they have past few ends.
Hard line's good. Oh, you gotta keep going. Just keep it moving. Come on, keep it moving. Hard.
This is really slowing down.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Really good drag by the Harden brothers, but not quite there. So gives Team Schwaller a chance to sit 2.
So. Also, ja. Fast du nicht? Ich sehr aggressiv, ja. Sehr. Es fällt mir schon.
Calling a timeout for Team Schwaller. Their coach Glenn Howard will come out.
Cliffy, is he going to have all the answers, Bella? You used to have all the answers for me.
We'll see. You get 2 timeouts, 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Wir können auch immer nachstellen nachher mit dem Menü. Would you open up something or?
Oh, we can't hear the wisdom of the Silver Fox, the Wizard of Winter, the Cliff Dog. He's got a lot of names.
I think we cannot draw from this side because then
So should we open them up? Should we draw on this side?
Now we can understand them at least because they're talking in English.
Let's see if we can hear what they're saying.
Yeah, we're sure. So Pablo had the other call like this, which I do not hate, but it can be, like let's say if it spins to here, like we don't lose control again. It's a bit overburied, tough to do with tap. T-line and let's try it. Yep.
So? Ja.
So playing the same draw, the freeze bump, line it up.
Yep.
I still think they can. I didn't hate the call, the one that Yannick also didn't hate. That runner's not bad.
Did you hate drawing around?
On the intern side?
Yes.
Yes, I don't like that.
No, not on. Yes, on the intern side.
I don't love that because then you create kind of a pocket of reds, and I know that you can't get it right now, but eventually that could be a problem. If you're going to draw, I like this one.
Okay. So what are they playing here?
Freeze right on the red one, right on the nose.
Okay.
Even if they could bump it, I think they'd be okay with that. Make room for the bump on this. The other shot they still have that they haven't really looked at all end is the peel through the middle of those 2 yellow guards into the rings.
That honestly might be a good shot here.
This is a great shot if it's made, and we'll put some pressure on Team Dunstone for sure.
Yeah.
Pablo going to the carve. This is heavy. Needs to get to the nose.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Really good sweep, and
yeah,
really locks that one in there. The red is easily tappable for second shot now. So Matt's got to do something here, and EJ's not convinced.
Yeah.
Also, als er echt stretch, is het toch als Novi lokker. Ja. If we ever test so weit sind, die sagen immer so schnell, hat sich so nicht gedroht auf der Curve. Wir sind auch nicht mehr einfach durchgezogen von hinten.
I believe they decided on drawing around, which was Matt's original call.
Ja, nein. Ja. Sehr gut, ja.
I agree with Matt. He's running out of space.
So like 14-3. Ik zei edge to edge, also wenn es all day nog een tempo.
4-2, in ieder geval, ja. Men er net kort is, gaat in freeze voor wel eens wieder. Oder nochmal hier.
Ja, dat draw. Wenn er es nicht schafft, weiß ich.
Wenn er pfiffig ist, ja. Wenn er kurz ist, wahrscheinlich nochmal in Tempo.
Ja, genau.
Aber dünn, oder?
Ja.
Matt's first in the 5th end. 3-2 lead for Matt Dunstone. Schwaller has hammer.
Line's good. Where is it? Hard. Hard line. Line's great. Hard line. Hard. Hard line.
They swept this right out of his hand, and it's just really curling. I think that was a bit of light and tight and just really didn't work out.
Didn't line up great, but it lined up a little bit on that red one. I would think they'd play that same shot they just played, but maybe wanting to set him up on both sides. I like playing the out-turn chip and get the shooter out of there. Like, play it a little harder into your red, and they can't get at it.
Yeah, because it's just so much in front. There's like a wall of rocks.
Das ist auch der Call hier Shot wert, oder? Da können wir für einen Dreier vielleicht. Können wir auch, so dünn.
Es ist sehr einfacher. Sehr einfach.
Ja, und du hast gleich nachher auch noch Chancen. Okay, let's go.
Du bist 13, sagst du?
Ja, gleich wie ich.
Ja, oder noch mehr?
Mehr. Ich finde 13.
Backline.
13 Benoit.
Ja.
Oh ja.
Kante 8, ein bisschen mehr.
Kante 8. Ich finde so.
I think they're playing the same shot that they just played. Is that what they're playing? Do you know?
Same shot. Again, I don't know Swiss German all that well, but they have to either, because they have to hit this one about, you want to end up tapping this on about a quarter stone. I think they need back line, get the shooter out of there, and tap it right onto the red one. I don't think you want to be just T-line like Yannick was, or back 4.
Close. Sweet.
Definitely looks harder than the last one.
If they get to nose, they have a problem. This is like a chip shot. Yeah, Dunny wants the shooter to stay there. You can hear him.
Oh, good.
This is in between.
Yeah.
This is in between.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Opens up the whole forefoot. The yellows are only biting the forefoot now, which is
a lot better for Yannick Schwaller, or not Yannick Schwaller, because he's not the one throwing.
Team Schwaller,
yeah, Team Schwaller.
Also ich finde, Schuhe sind extrem tricky. Es ist schon wirklich, weil ich habe vorher mit mir viel kürzer müssen kämpfen. Ich bin nur so viel mehr Eis. Ja. I don't see anything else. Ja, also ich gehe dann, das ist ein Draw für 2.
What are they playing here? I know it's a hit
double.
of some sort. Okay, double.
I don't think he thinks he can spin the middle one out, but maybe. Hit this one hard and high, probably about a half rock, even thinner.
Okay.
The one on the back button goes. This one smashes the middle one and rolls off. The middle one, even if it starts to spin, I think it hits the other yellow, but it will have a ton of spin.
Okay.
I didn't get a great look on the overhead, so I think it looks to me like it's jamming. It's going to be an out-turn draw for 2 for Benoit, like same path he just threw. So a well-played end by Schwaller, and the switching of strategies partway through looks like it's going to pay off, but the Sheriff seeing if he can blast these out of here.
That's never good on a hard hit.
Curl.
Oh my.
Wow.
How did that even happen?
I have no idea.
He needs to make the soft double for 2 now. Here's the replay, and the middle one actually went up. He hit it so thin. I think hitting it thin helped him. Looks like they knew what was going to happen there, though. I don't think that's true. I don't think thicker does. I think actually hitting it on the angle there helped it spin up.
Yeah, I honestly think that worked better than what they were calling.
Like another 4 inches. Es muss gehen, oder?
That was really close to being a force, but now it gives Benoit the chance to play a soft double to score there too.
Very tricky though, like has to hit this a little bit on the outside and can't roll very far. Like this needs to be perfect. Right on the nose. If you could, you'd throw this kind of a little bit harder, probably right on the nose, but can't because it's not fully open.
Last shot, 5th then, Benoit.
Allez Pablo, curl, tu as chance.
Got a curl to stay. I don't think this one's staying, Bella. It's close. Oh, what a shot.
Oh, really
that
good
is
shot.
way harder than it looked, and a deuce on the board. Hard-earned deuce. Great end by both teams, and we've got another lead. Not another. We've got our second lead change of the game. Team Schwaller with a deuce in the 5th to go up 4-3, and we'll be back to see if Dunstone can take control of this game back in the ever-important 6th end.
Going undefeated through a national championship and being able to like actually pull it off and win it is just an absolute dream come true.
Having 2 new junior players new to the team, Kibo and I really felt like our experience was what we had to bring out and share in that final day in Lethbridge. And drawing on our experience, we knew that the 2 older guys on the team, we kind of had to remain calm and act as leaders, trying to basically share the excitement and the joy that I have for the game and the passion with younger people, older people, people starting. That I would say is the biggest thing that I want to take for myself and show others is the love that I have for this sport.
Yeah, seeing Laurier continue to succeed and achieve amazing things is just so exciting. Whenever I check in and see how they're doing at U Sports and see them winning and succeeding, it's just so exciting. And I remember my time there so fondly, and I'm just so excited for the group that's there right now.
Back in the 6th end, 4-3 for Schwaller. I anticipate a very good end once again. And we're back.
Dunstone going to be looking to score multiple points here, Bella, and a deuce would be great. Schwaller, on the other hand, would love to force and take Hammer to 7 tied. But we'll see what happens. It's been a well-played game, and over in the Mowat game, they were forced to 1. It's 4-1 Mowat. Holman up 6-1. That one's all but in the books. And the Hasselberg-Tirinzoni 3-3. Tight checking game there. Still anybody's game. Looks like Tirinzoni with the hammer and 6. So little advantage to Team Tirinzoni. Packed house here at the Mattamy Center in Toronto, Ontario, AMJ. Players' Championship, the crown jewel of the Grand Slam of curling.
Klimax, hè?
Ziemlich lachs.
R2. Sie schnell schlagen im Fall.
They don't love this one. Out of his hand, they really don't like it. I think they were going for the high guard, and it looks like this is going to be a bit heavy. Just a bit too close for their liking. They wanted
that one a little higher, though,
yeah.
if they could. Right on that Bose Brewing, that's
yeah.
the high guard
yeah.
logo.
It's so tough when you get rewarded, when you try a double team and you get rewarded with a team.
Ouais, c'est un double pièce facile.
Yeah.
C'est OK. Hein?
Top four. Little bit.
You should have finished.
Line's good. Top four. Line's great. Line only. Just fully. We're in the 4 foot. Okay, top butt. You want to be a hair higher than 4 foot. Top four is still. It's coming down. Okay, never needs to curl. Easy. It's all there.
Ja, aber recht kurz. Sieh das auf, ich will abkürzen.
Great shot.
Really good shot by
Throw.
Pete.
Which need him out now.
It's coming on. Achtung! What? Hinne 40. Natur 10. Oui. Hinne 4. Hinne. Oui. Hinne 4. Oh. Sehr gut, Lengi. Close. I don't know. Close. Hinne 4. Hinne 4. Back 4.
Ja, fast in elke in de wisje. It's okay. Nice.
9-5.
Not a great shot. It was just a bit too heavy and unfortunately chapped off the top one. So rolled out to the open where Dunstone can now hit and roll.
It was pretty gradual.
Underneath their corner guard. Or they might be rolling underneath the center. I'm not quite sure.
I think they're probably trying to roll right into that yellow one under the center, which happens to stay buried perfectly behind the centers.
Okay.
If they could, they'd bounce that yellow one far or nowhere. Yeah, pretty good shot there. This is getting a little bit risky. I know they have their 2 centers, but the one that's buried behind the guards is the problem, and Yannick recognizes that.
Piste dolly, Lengi. Achtung, niet te ver enough. Oui. Hinne 4, nice. Oh, hinne 4. Hinne 10. Hinne 10, het is 10 lijn. Oui. Het is niet maar 10. Vorder 10. Oh, vorder 10. Oui. Oui, ganz la ligne. 14-1 I had. Oh. Sehr gut.
Good shot by Sven.
Creates a pocket for the yellows and gets a red one in there. You can see Matt's like, I don't like that red one.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to get rid of it. And the only way is really peel the guards.
This is bad.
That's bad. Then he just
That's bad.
drills the red and all 3 yellows are gone. You could go there, but then he chips his in there and how do you get it out?
Yeah, we gotta be above it if we're drawing. Or we play I don't hate the double peel. I like that roll for corner.
Looks like they're playing the double peel, which will make the bananas happy. And I think they're gonna try and take their shooter and roll over above their corner guard to have double corners.
Intern. Yeah,
This is on the easier side of a double peel because the rocks are closer together. It does make it easier to be made. If they were further apart, it would be a lot harder.
Yep. Whoa, girl. Whoa.
Don't, he said, but it did.
It did.
That's better, though. That's much better.
It is. So
2 corners.
Pretty good shot by EJ.
Not what they wanted. I mean, obviously they didn't want Schwaller to hit in line 2, but opened up the 4 foot. If Dunstone gets forced here, it's not ideal, but they can't afford to give up a steal. So hit and roll right to the top of the button. Those staggered corner guards, if Dunny could get a hit and roll behind there, that would set up a likely 2. Or Dunny. Why guess when we can just listen to Matt? He'll tell us what he's going to do.
Exactly.
Ich kann gar nicht runterrollen, ohne dass ich das berühre. Dann müssen wir auch das mit dem Spin abmachen. 9,5. So? Da sind wir treffen wir uns.
EJ does not look happy with his last shot, but it almost made it better for them as it's now more open and more accessible.
Ziemlich gerade vorher eigentlich hier, aber
Try to top.
Ja, alles klar.
Yannick Schwaller calls the game for Team Schwaller, but throws the third stones. His first shot in a very interesting and super important sixth end of the semifinal here. Wants to roll probably right to splitting center. Sit. That is pretty good. Overrolled a bit, which is going to leave that hit and roll. That's the only way they're going to get behind those corners. And once they do, trouble for Schwaller. They're going to have to switch to full offense, but they're going to have to risk probably giving up even 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Which would not be ideal.
So hack or board waiter here, probably a heavy hack. Half a rock. It's going to leave it buried though, Bella. That's the only good news for Schwaller, is the one he's hitting first is probably going to stay buried. And then they can maybe throw a tight guard and switch to steal mode potentially.
Whoa. Clean. Clean up. Yeah. Whoa. Curl. Really got to
Gotta be close. Didn't get by a mile.
Whoa.
Right, like that. Another
Great
perfect
shot
shot by Mr. Lott.
You can't get to that yellow one because it's now over buried.
Can't get to the yellow, and Yannick sees the problem. If they go in the rings and they chase and kill it and roll again, you're going to be risking $1 million. But as long as you keep getting one top 12 and keep that one on the button dead buried, you might be okay. Although Dunny can see enough of that yellow corner guard to run it in there too. So this is going to get interesting and exciting, Isabella.
Yes, it is.
I think for now you have to throw that, which you're going to hate, but you need a tight guard. You see anything else? Am I missing anything, Bella?
I don't think so.
I think that's the call. And then even if it is, they can chase it and roll, at least you have double centers. That's your savior. You need somewhere to hide in the forefoot.
Yeah.
Team Jacobs next door, forced to 1 and 6, and they know what's happening. Mouat knows what's happening. The whole crowd knows what's happening. Mouat's going to the final, baby. But our game is very much up in the air. That's why we're doing this one. Because nobody can beat Mouat. It's not even fun calling it. I gave that to those suckers, Cullen and Saville. So I think they're going to throw the tight guard, even if it's top 12. This rock needs to be buried and dead in front of the one on the button. And then will Dunny get after it and maybe play the angle early, or maybe freeze and load it up? Anything is possible, Bells.
Yep. This rock does need to be fully buried, though.
Ligne parfait. What do you think that means? Line is perfect.
Yeah.
Needs to stop. That's perfect.
That is really good.
Really hard to chase it, but you could.
Probably, yeah.
So they are going to choose that. I thought they might throw like just a T-line heavy draw with the in and bump it open and roll and.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that looks easier.
Colton Lott, so he'll probably just make this run double and roll over to the corner and leave the yellow one tight, and that will really set up a deuce at least. Big shot on Colton's last shot of the sixth end. The long run double.
Whoa, curl.
Oh, and that is expensive.
Sounded like a bit of a missed line call.
A little bit.
there.
The curl on the peels is up for debate. I mean, if you can make a peel curl, then when you curl the draw, it should hit the boards.
Yeah.
So, but everybody does it, and I'm up here, so they're probably right. But that's now you can see a great steal opportunity right on the top of the button.
Where do you go if you're red?
I think the safest call is to draw around the corner guard and freeze for second shot on the yellow.
Okay.
I think the aggressive call, and the one that I would probably lean towards, is a center guard. But it has to cheat on the broom side here, because if you dead guard that tight guard, Bella, I think Matt can chase that. It's real hard, but I think he
Okay.
can.
And they're throwing the center line guard, correct?
They are.
Okay.
And I think Matt is going to throw the freeze and say, okay, if you're going to steal one, it's only going to be if we have a chance for 3.
Right.
Parfait.
Ligne est bien en tout cas. Peut-être un peu
Jusqu'à vous, un peu large.
Needs to stay a little straight. They're carving this, but I think that's a big mistake. This needs to stop curling.
Ne mets que là, on les met
Needs
que
to
là.
stop right there.
There go, Ben.
Okay, it's fine, but they've done what I said, so is he still running it? I thought for sure he'd load this up. Yeah, or that would be great too. Might leave it for an in off the red, get another one in the house. You got to do something other than run that guard, I think.
I think it's this, boys. What's that? I think it's this.
What did you say?
He thinks it's the red double peel, and it's, man, they're 10 feet apart and lined up. I like that or something.
Yeah. Is this crazy at all on the high one? And if we get this, I think
we're leaving a guard. Still leaving a center.
What if, Bella, what if they drew?
Yeah.
Can't see it here. We're looking at the beautiful Harnden brothers. What happens if they go there? That's what I was going to say. Exactly what Colton just said. What if they go right there? 3/4 open. Then you got them on both sides.
You got nothing in here.
Yeah.
You need to load this up for a big end. You can't run the middle. It's too
He
late.
doesn't even see that though. Then we have him this way. Like he's
okay. Right here.
You got to load it up.
Good. Machine
You want to be half open on this.
I think he can. The one that Ryan Harnden's looking at there, I think he can just see enough of that to run that into shot rock too. Like he can see more than half, and that looks like enough. I love this call. You like it?
Yeah, I do.
You're in?
I'm in.
Okay, so what do we need here? We just need it in the house.
Yeah.
An inch buried would be ideal, plenty, and you only need it in the full 8.
Yep.
If it goes top 4, as long as it doesn't totally bury, which wouldn't be awful, but you want it to stay open. The idea is to set it up so you can hit something.
I've been timing you 14 seconds.
Ja,
Hey, wait.
This one really, the way, as long as it's top 4, top 8, not really top 12, but it could be top 12. As long as the line's good.
A little bit for line. Hard line.
Oh, that's not good.
Line's pretty good. Hard line.
Don't want it to overcurl. This one really curls here too, so if this gets buried, this is really tight. You might want this to bounce off the guard. This isn't even close. Oh boy.
The weight looked okay.
Well, the weight's light. He's 5 feet light and he's tight, like right away.
Yeah, right out of his hand, Colton said, yes for line.
Yeah, I don't think it was maybe his best throw. Maddie's a bit confused, but now I think if you're Schwaller, you got to get another one in there because he does have the run back on the high yellow through the hole. I do think he has the wide yellow.
Okay. That one's
So
hard, though.
They're both hard, but
They're there.
if you force them to play it, guess what? These guys are pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
There's a reason they're on TV and we're up here.
In de fjerde show, okay.
Oh, it's okay. Es ist nicht so schnell. Bon, ist auf einem vierten langsamen Spur. Viert läuft besser auf der LFD.
So final stone for Team Schwaller here, and all of a sudden a chance. If they steal one here, they're highly favored to win this game. So Dunny's got to find an answer for whatever happens here. Just has to be, even if this is back for it, it's not about stealing another point, it's about out counting that yellow one. Needs to be second shot. This looks really good. Oh, that's better than really good. They call him T-line.
Call him T-line for a reason.
Run double.
Which one do you think is easier? I know it's hard for us to tell from up here.
There's only one shot.
Okay, there is now?
Because now that the angle of those reds, the higher one, if you jam it, if you stick it on the top one, red scores 1.
Oh, okay.
Because of the angle. This one, you need the steep angle. If he sticks this one, he can make it for 2.
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot there was another yellow one in there.
So that's
what. More jamming than anything.
Yeah, that's what Colton's saying. So this is, if you're Team Schwaller, you're happy here, but you also, this is for 2.
Yeah.
So if they swept that another rock, this probably wouldn't be there.
Okay.
But this is a gamer. If you miss this, you're down 3. And
yeah.
Dunny loves these shots, though. This is exciting, Bella. Make or miss, our favorite family game.
Oh, yeah.
Mommy hates it, but you and I like it.
I'm going to take make on this one.
Make? I like it. I hope so, just because it'll be fun to watch, and this crowd will love it.
What about you? Doesn't matter what I said. What do you think?
This is Dunny's shot. He's going to make this. He's due for a real big one, and this place is going to erupt. So final stone of the 6th end. Angle raise double. 4-2, the Sheriff. Here we go.
Yep.
A little tight out of his hand. Pete won't let this curl though, will he?
Yes! Hard!
That's going to be 2 red, and that wasn't a great effort either. Right out of his hand, and big steal of 2 for Team Schwaller and Team Dunstone. Team Canada combined. Dunstone and Jacobs are in big trouble.
Yes, they are.
But let's come back for the 7th end right after a short break and see if they can make a comeback.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock.
And we're back in the 7th end. What an interesting end last end, with both teams playing fairly well, and just at the very end, Team Dunstone missing a few important ones and giving up a steal of 2. But they're not out of the game quite yet, but they do need to get at least 2 to keep this game close.
Need to score at least a deuce here, right? As you said, and then they have an outside chance of force here, and they're really tough sledding, but big advantage for Team Schwaller. 1 foot into the final, but got to finish this off.
All right, curling fans, if you want to turn your attention to the section E3, I'm in the top here. I'm here with my new friends, John and Nori. Give a wave there.
Were they trying a high
They were.
guard? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely they were. That's a good shot by Ryan, a difficult shot, and they know that Team Schwaller wants to chip it. So if you throw it tight and they chip it in the rings, then they can hit it on the next one. You got to guard it perfect. This one, even if they make the chip, unless it's something really magical and right to the boards, it should still be usable.
Okay. Wanted to say thank you for your support of our great sport, especially being here this week. And they want to give you these great gift bags.
The chip shot looks so hard to me, especially when the guard is higher.
Hearing life, love your ears. Thank you so much.
But he made it.
Does stay in the house, and that's, at least it's a red high when it is still a corner, but Dunny's got to guard that.
And on that that one, because it's free guard zone, that one cannot leave play, correct?
Sorry, say that again, Bella?
Since it's free guard zone, that one can't leave the play, right?
The red one? Or
No,
the yellow? The yellow
yellow.
cannot leave play, absolutely.
So
So,
that
5
was
rock
very
free
well-
guard
yeah,
zone.
that was a very
It turned out really good. Matt's going to try and guard this, but because it's back 12, they should be able to chase it anyway and kill it probably.
And this needs to curl a lot. And that's still wide open, unfortunately, for Team Dunstone.
So didn't curl and peel the back one. So Dunny's got to try and, at least he has a good guard. Needs to go around that. Free guard zone will be over next time Team Schwaller shoots. I don't mind that. Need another guard.
Where are we going? We're on the red?
Trying to bury this guard around the red one. That red one's not usable other than if you bury another red one or another guard around it.
Because it's just so high that if any team were to draw around it, it would be so easy to just chase it.
Right here's your spot. Line's great. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Good sweep by Colton and Pete.
Can they see it? If they can, maybe just peel that one. And they're going to keep peeling, and they're happy to give up 2 here. I mean, they'd rather not.
Is this setting up a 2? Like, does it look like they're going to get a 2?
Whoa, cut.
It doesn't look like a deuce just
Okay.
yet. I mean,
That's what I thought.
oh, it looks like a deuce now, though. Maybe a 3. Pablo, I hate that body language from him if he's on my team. Look, man, you do whatever you want when you miss. When I miss, you turn and say tough ones. You'll get the next one. So now if EJ can get one around this, they just showed you how hard it was to peel it.
Hard line.
Chance here for 3. This is a good setup for a chance at 3. I mean, they're still going to need a little bit of help. They're going to have to make all their shots.
Line's great.
They're going to need a couple of misses by Team Schwaller.
This isn't in the paint. That's a huge mistake by EJ.
Really bad miss.
So there's no time to peel anymore. There's too many guards. So do you just draw another one in the house? I don't mind that. I don't mind it at all.
Yep. Neither do they.
Zo niet, krijg je voor de klop. Zo in de split. Ja. Run, Tony! Hey.
Schwaller's first in the 7th end. Just looking to draw underneath, not fully buried, just like an inch or 2 underneath the yellow guard, yellow corner guard. Oh no, they wanted it in the open actually. They don't want to create a double here. Pretty good shot by Yannick Schwaller.
Niet zo slim dort. Ja, is oké.
Colton Lots first.
on, just push it. Push it, just keep going. Gotta go. Keep going. Gotta go, gotta go. Gotta keep going. Push, 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 push.
Miss again by Team Dunstone. Not by a lot, but would have loved that to be right on that red one. Just a bit light, and it did over curl a little bit.
Not for a lack of kind of opportunities here in 7, Bella, to set up. I almost called you Jen. Sometimes I call you Jenny Jr., but.
Yeah. So it has been confirmed. Team Mount will be the first men's team in the final. Nice shot by Yannick. Would have loved. Actually, I don't know if it was possible to get it. Was it possible to get out that yellow one without hitting his back red one?
It was possible, but it was very difficult.
Okay, so that was a great outcome by. Great shot by Yannick Schwaller.
Still a chance for at least a deuce. Need to get one buried. Like, we're running out of time here, Team Dunny. Colton needs to get one behind the guards that they can't chase, and then probably what Benoit's going to do is draw the open side to lie 2. Still a pretty good chance at a deuce here. Just need to make a couple of shots in a row, starting with this one. Needs to get one buried.
Even here's fine.
So it stopped curling, which means they can see it, but at the same time, that means chasing it will stop curling too, which makes it challenging.
Yeah. Are they playing the freeze here?
Yeah, and I don't love it. This is, you heard, I don't know if you heard Colton, but he says this is how we get 3, and absolutely this is how you get 3. If he bounces off, comes up a little short, leaves it open, you hit and roll buried again, make a double for 3, so stay tuned. Team Holman just put the nail in the coffin of Team Kim, and we're going to have a Canadian women's team in the final. We know that. Team Holman punches their ticket to the final, and Team Tiernzoni got 3 in 6, so they are partway into the final 2, up 3 playing 7. So Benoit, if he is going to play this freeze, you want to make it perfect right down to the yellow. Anything short, there will be a double. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know how you make something really good here. That's a pretty good shot.
Worked out pretty good, I think. Is he just playing the hit and then the roll on top of it? Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Hair less? I mean, push up with the spin now. Trying to hit like a third with a 10-5?
Trying to hit a third, roll into it. Somehow free it up from that yellow without killing the yellow.
That's hard.
It's very hard, but worst case, if you roll into it and stay on the red, maybe you can at least make a deuce, score a 2 here. First skip stone for Maddie Dunstone in the 7th end, needing a little magic here, needs to come up with at least 2 here. I guess a single, they'd play the last end, but they wouldn't have much of a chance of winning. Lost it. Not even shot, and how do you get the red one out now? You don't.
Oh.
Yeah, that says it all, right?
Yeah.
Earmuffs, Bella.
Yeah.
If they don't shoot, Bella, how does Matt get more than one?
I have no idea.
Yeah, they're looking at it right here. That guard.
Oh yeah, that guard into that red.
Into the red, it will spin off the top of the yellow, and that's the only shot I see for 2 at the moment.
So, what do? Do you just get rid of it?
You could, but then you're going to roll towards either the yellow and bump it in potentially, and then maybe he could pick it. There is maybe a pick, like a rocket hit, like a millimeter of it straight sideways.
So then you draw underneath.
Draw over here.
Okay.
But it cannot be in front of the tee line because then they could come off this into the red, and that would be the only way to give up 3. So
okay.
You could guard the yellow, the corner guard. I don't hate that. They might be doing that, but. This one's, Benoit threw this one knowing I cannot be in front of the tee line.
Yes, he did.
So he is not in front of the tee line. He is behind the back line.
Yes, he is. Oh no. He did stay in the house, but
it's not counting.
Yeah.
Team Hasselberg is dead if you're watching on Sportsnet. I would think if I was at home, I'd have it on Sportsnet. I'd have the stream up, maybe even a couple tablets, a couple iPads. Watch it all.
I know, because
all snacks, maybe your favorite
games
beverage
tonight were streamed, but also commentated.
So Anna having to throw the super spinner draw to the button, coming sideways at the end against
6, I believe. I believe it was 6. It would never look pretty from the hack.
It's on the guard, but weight was close.
Wow, she would have made it if the guard wasn't there.
The women's final is set. We've got Team Holman versus Team Tirinzoni, a longtime rivalry.
A rematch of the Women's World's Final.
And the top 2 women's teams in the world.
Yeah. Yes, I was correct. It was the 6.
We're about to see, probably, is Maddie trying a little spinner trick shot here too?
I don't know. I actually don't know. We'll find out.
No, I don't know what he's trying. Just like a backline straight chip sideways. This looks impossible. We're about to see both world final rematches in the final if this holds up. Looks like it wasn't a fluke at either world championship. Can he just chip this? They love it.
They really do. Called clean the entire way.
What a shot. For 2, and this game isn't over. Don't go anywhere, folks. 2 for Matt Dunstone on a great shot. They'll be down 1 without the hammer coming home, but a little bit of life still left. We'll be back right after this.
Can I do the last entry?
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Holman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and off-break curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Back yet?
Nope. we're back in the 8th end, final end. A very good game played by both teams. What a shot by Matt Dunstone in the last end, just to chip it over for 2. Matt definitely has a chance to win, but he will need a couple of misses by Yannick Schwaller. Just needs to steal one just to tie up the game and go to an extra.
And we'd get some bonus time. Are we cheering for that, Bella? I know we don't cheer for anybody specifically, but do we want more time on the mic?
I don't know, do we?
Well, I got nothing to do.
Me neither.
I enjoy watching curling.
Me too.
This has been an entertaining game.
Very entertaining.
You're doing most of the work. I'm just kind of sitting here.
Yep.
So if you're Team Schwaller, Pablo here, he can really go a long way to win this game by putting this one top 4, full 4. Nope. That's not bad, but not good. You can easily get around that full 4-foot buried. So that's almost another guard. Now a high guard from Ryan. I don't want to jinx him, so I'll say it after. These guys yesterday, he's already thrown it, so I can't affect the shot now.
Yeah.
These guys yesterday, especially against McEwen when they were trailing and came back from down 4 twice, they threw so many perfect high guards. This is heavy though, Pete. At least get the line. The line's pretty good. A little heavy, but not too bad. That's,
not
again, wanted it on Bo's Brewing. I don't know who Bo is, but he's getting a lot of airtime this week.
Yes, he is.
So now Pablo being asked to throw the out turn right to the 4-foot.
Yeah, the tight guard you want on the AMJ logo, and then the high guard you want on the Bo's Brewing logo.
Exactly. Oh, Johnny Moe in the background. If you can pick that up, he's warming up for the Grand Slam of Karaoke. So those red ones are better off in the hack than they are right there, Bella.
Yeah, they are, because now if EJ makes a nice come around, it is really hard to get it if it's perfectly buried, because those 2 rocks are overlapped.
Exactly.
That they can't use them to their advantage. And honestly, those would be better if they were just through the house or just
in the river, in the lake.
Exactly.
Oh, EJ's missed opportunity here, though. He threw one in the river here.
He did.
It's such a bad setup, though. They still have a decent chance.
Yeah.
They need Sven to miss one double peel here.
Yeah.
Sven makes this one. Schwaller's looking pretty good, but they still have those hooked. And now if you're Dunstone, you're thinking, what if we could make him hit against 3 late in this end? You know, you get a mistake and you might accidentally win the game, but see if Sven, he sounds pretty good. That's a great shot from Sven.
Nice shot. But yeah, if you can see, they're overlapped a bit, which makes them not, they don't work. You can't use them, right? Because they're overlapped, so you can't use them to get rid of stones behind it.
Especially the top one, right? If there was one behind the second one, you can hit most of that and get it going pretty much straight back. But if you can get one behind the other, which is eventually what they're going to do, I would think, you might want to go like way back 8. And again, I think their best bet now, unfortunately, EJ had a pretty good chance there and just went after it, tried to make it, but it was a little bit too heavy. And
they didn't sweep that one, did they?
no, it was just heavy out of his hand, but it did get tight, so they might have swept it a little bit just for line.
Yeah.
But looking good here for Team Schwaller to get to the Slam final. Like I said, none of these guys have won a Grand Slam before, so I've already seen a first-time Slam winner this year in Team White. Will we see another, or Bella, will Team Scotland in general win all 5 slams this year?
Actually, have they won?
Well, Mowat won 3 and White won 1. So we're calling them both Team Scotland, like the Scottish program.
Okay, that's what I thought. Did they have, is the Scottish people won all of the
men's slams? Yes.
Men's
Mowat
slams.
won the first 3, and then Team White won the last one.
Wow.
Mowat's in the final, giving themselves a chance for a country sweep, and the only country to ever sweep has been Canada.
Yeah.
Canada, they used to do it all the time because it started off, it was only Canadian teams.
Yeah,
so it's a little unfair.
Yeah.
But when they did go international, Canada still swept almost every year. It took a long time for the internationals to win, and now that they got the taste, they're not really giving it back to us.
Did they want that tighter?
No, what they're really doing is just trying to guard those reds.
Okay. The banana boys.
They're
boys
excited.
Are
This is another peel,
really
peel,
excited.
peel. The anticipation is palpable.
Yeah.
So if I'm Dunny, I'm starting to guard the right one. Not that it really matters, they're just gonna peel it, but Yannick likes it, he's laughing. Of course he's laughing, he's up one with the hammer.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
Do we ever go around the corner guard here for Dunstone? Let's hear what they have to say.
Even if he all he has to do is tap stuff around and then.
No, I think the guard. I think the guard.
I think we gotta go now. Like get it into here. What's that? Yeah, almost freeze this.
I like that.
Guard,
I don't think we need to be that deep.
Sure, like back four.
Because if he plays his back, like he risks sticking it back.
We need to get it deep enough where he can't slash that.
What are we doing if they
whatever that distance is? I don't care. It's just
so like try to get back in.
If they freeze
hopefully behind around this one.
Yeah.
Ideal.
I mean, yeah. It's just if we throw a guard, he splashes these around. It's. I think.
This is always getting there, right? Like.
Oh, it's yeah. How's that?
Yeah. We follow them to the freeze, huh?
You can hear Benoit in the background and Yannick talking to Glenn, asking what they should do if Colton plays the freeze, I'm pretty sure, or comes back 4, I believe.
Yeah, could you hear? I couldn't hear what Glenn said, but that's exactly what they asked.
I think they were asking if Colton comes back 4, what do they do? And I'm pretty sure Glenn said come up and freeze to it, but I couldn't really hear what he was saying. I just had to pick up on what the players were saying.
Which isn't bad advice, especially if it's back 4. I don't think they're going to freeze. I think you'll see a runner, but Colton had a great point. Even if we're back 4, they're going to have this runner, but if they stick it behind the top 8 red one, then we can freeze behind one, and then we got some action.
Yeah.
So they need some help here from Team Schwaller. Team Schwaller makes the rest of their shots. Guess what? Game's over.
Yeah.
This needs to slow down.
Yes.
Not bad. Gonna stop for 3rd. Not quite. Doesn't matter though, because the nose hit on the top gets a shot. So are they gonna follow it down, or are they gonna split the reds? I don't think that would be crazy. So you can see the problem that Pablo has created, or the team created, by putting Pablo's rocks right where they are. Timeout. Come on, Cliffy, put on a mic. I'm going to crank up my ears here, but I want to hear what the 4-time world champion, one of the best players of all time, has to say.
We could kill them. So if you bounce this one here, we're 3 shots.
So he doesn't like to come around. He says we got to do something at the top.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Split him up anywhere. He might be able to even lie 3 and then really good shape.
12 at it.
Yeah.
Hit it half. Go here with the shoulder. This goes here.
Intern half.
12 and a half, yeah.
I like it.
Even if I die to, if it.
Well, I think he can sit 3, Colt. If he makes it perfect.
Which is. I mean, why not? Yeah.
No. It's a fair point.
If it was a tie game, Bella, would it change what they would do?
So he's going to play
if it was a tie game, they might just peel those out.
Yeah.
And then you'd only have to draw either hit and stay or draw a little bit better than full 8. So, but because they're 1 up, they tend to take a little bit, maybe more risk. Like.
So.
What I picked up from what Glenn Howard had to say was he really didn't like the top red ones and wanted them somewhere else. He didn't like the way that they were set up.
Oh, the fact that they're hooked, he doesn't like them. Those are kind of guards. So are you peeling them or are you splitting them?
Yeah.
Splitting them brings in some risk, and you heard either Matt or Colton say, well, if he tries to split them, Colton thought he could only lie 2. He can definitely lie 3 if he hits it perfect. Quarter rock with back line, he lies 3. But he could hit it too thick and kind of, or just too thin, too thick, and not too thin, but too thick, and could hook him in a different way and leave another path to get around. So don't want to be light here and don't want to overcurl, but have to touch him. Even if he just ticked it and rolled through the house,
that would be better.
It would free them up, keep them lying 2.
You play back line with this?
At least.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be light.
Okay.
So final stone, Yannick Schwaller is hoping his final stone of the game.
Yeah.
This spot really curls, so I could see this over curling on them.
Whoa. It's close.
They love it.
Looks close to me.
Should finish.
Yeah.
Should finish. This is a really good shot.
What a shot.
Didn't quite get in for 3. Needed to be a little thinner, but
It works really well. Now that they don't have the overlapping and the hook on the top, it's a lot better for Yannick Schwaller now.
so important that they lie at least 4th shot, so they don't have to throw against 3 yet, but could do that. You need to sit at least 2 here if you're Dunstone. There is a spot, Bella, if you froze perfect, where Dunny puts that at. The peel goes straight into the side one. Then you could lie 3 or 4.
I think whatever we do, we want him to take one of these reds with his next shot. Whatever that shot is. Ideally, this one goes, so we just make this go.
We rip it, then draw into the.
Like if we go here, he knows he's hit. Or stuffs it here, then we can sit 3. And then you waste it. Like yeah. No.
Where? Oh, well, if we're here, yes. We have to be here.
But then he's playing.
Another
Good thing is
timeout called by Team Dunstone. Their coach, Caleb Flaxey, I believe.
Caleb Flaxey will come out. I don't see anything else, Bella. I mean, you could go around to the back 8 now.
Yeah.
And then hope that he misses the runner, and then you can lie 3 that way. That's the only other shot. The out turn around it to right to Colton's.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're trying to cross this a bit then, just to make this steeper,
just
right?
Open, and then
we don't want to be here. Like this is a.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you don't want him to get rid of this.
Yeah, like that's the one we need to stay. We need this. We need this one to find its way out, or this one.
They need to lie more than 1. That's what Maddie's saying. So if you throw a guard there, how do they peel it? Do they peel it?
Yeah.
Do they need to?
Yeah.
If they come
Outturn
there,
bottom, the logo,
do they
just cross
come
center, right?
around
Middle?
that?
They could. If you leave this one on, as we're looking at it on the right side of center, if you leave that wide open
Yeah.
with this guard, and they don't peel the guard, they throw it into the corner, which didn't work for Team Martin, but then Matt's going to throw an in-turn come around to the back 4, and they're either going to have to make a 3-foot runner or a 1 or 2 foot tap, and Benoit might be okay with that, and it will only be against the tie. But I liked his first call. I think you freeze it on there, and Benoit can't really leave it there because you're taking away his runner, but he also won't be able to peel it, so Benoit might then draw, and you might get a double or a hit and roll to a better spot in the 4-foot that's harder to get, but
Well, we'll see.
we're going to find out, right?
We will find out.
That's the beauty of this game.
Matt Dunstone skips first in the 8th end.
Needing to steal to stay alive, keep his players' championship hopes alive.
Line's good. Line's good.
What are the chances, Bella? Give me like a percentage or out of 10, how many times he's going to steal here.
I don't no idea.
I know you don't have any, I don't have any idea either, but take a guess.
I don't know, like chances of stealing here.
Yep.
Probably.
Less than 1 in 10?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say so.
See, he could peel that, but he doesn't have to. But if he doesn't peel it, I don't think he should really shoot. I know that's crazy. There is room to peel it thin, though.
We're not going to have medals for this stick. Yeah.
Like you can see where that red one is. I don't see an X factor, so he probably has to throw it. There's room. I don't like where they threw that rock. It's too easy to peel. I mean, it's not easy, but
it's easy-ish.
If he peels it clean, then I guess it doesn't change much. That's what I mean. If he doesn't peel this, it doesn't change the shot. Matt's going to go around back 4, and he's still going to have that same run back. So if this clips the side one, oh, the bananas, though. He's doing it for the bananas.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like they wanted to hit that side one, but I really don't think they did.
Yeah. Bananas got really excited there.
Double the lie, too. So he's not coming around.
Is it 9-5 shot then? I think it is.
I think so.
So we can get a little high on it and
9-5 at the end.
So if he makes this double, which I would expect him to, I can't promise anything. But if he makes this, what shot is Benoit going to play to win?
He makes the double on these two?
Yeah, he's going to lie 2.
Okay.
Is he going to draw? Is he going to hit this one? It might be in a spot where he would have to hit and roll. So you have to be careful, because I know that it'll be draw the 4-foot, which is what you hope for when you're starting the game.
Yep.
But because you're here, and because the human mind is confusing at best, you're thinking, well, maybe I'll hit and roll so I don't lose. And then you nose it and you go to the extra. I promise you, you're going to have a harder shot in the extra. That's how it works. I know that.
It's always how it works.
That's always how it works. And you don't have to believe me, but you have to believe me.
Yeah.
You don't know it yet, but just trust that I do.
Oh, I think I
Okay.
know. Yep.
So final stone of the 8th end. Dunstone really hoping it's not his final stone of the night. Needs to make the double, because he has to be shot here, or he's probably not going to steal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I would think he wouldn't steal.
Sounds perfect. Is perfect. So can he nose that for shot rock? I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but he's playing the draw by the looks of it.
Well, they don't call him T-line for nothing. We're going to find out.
Would he be shot if he came back to there?
He would.
Okay.
Here's the replay. Perfectly good weight choice. If that was Peel and hit it there, that might have spun out of the 8-foot and left Benoit with an open hit. So great shot for Matt Dunstone there. Good team shot. Well thought out and well executed. So draw the button. You can come to the back, but if you're thinking about the back and you're heavy and it might undercurl or it might overcurl, but Benoit's not taking any time. Mr. T-line.
Last shot for Benoit.
To go to the Slam Players Championship Final, not even cleaning it. That makes me nervous. Let's start talking about the back one then, boys.
Yeah. Looks like they like it.
No, they hate it. They're not touching it. They need the back one.
They were cleaning it before.
Ryan put his hands in the air, and Team Schwaller with a big win, and they'll go for a World Final rematch with Team Mowat tomorrow at 4:30 after a hard-fought battle with Team Dunstone. We've got an all-international final. Thanks for tuning in on behalf of the Lang family, especially Bella and Brent, and the curling group, Grand Slam of Curling and Home Team Live. Thanks for tuning in. It was a historic night for us with all 4 games, not only streamed but commentated. We will bring you both finals tomorrow. They are both on Sportsnet, but we know international people love curling too, so
yes, we do.
We'll be here. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock!